engrave an image or a symbol of the Godhead, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. You're not supposed to do it. And they said, oh yeah, that's what we did. That's what it is. Remember symbolism. Symbolism says that what we tell you about the symbol is a lie, and we're not going to tell you the truth. She's sitting here and she's covering it up, and it's unclean. I should not be touching the unclean thing here, but that's what that means. This symbol, here it is up on the screen. This symbol is called the mandorla, and we see it like as the fusion of opposites, things like that. And it's amazing that the all-seeing eye just happens to look like that exact same symbol. I don't think that's any accident. So here we have this symbol, and just very briefly, it has everything to do with what we've been talking about. We're talking about harlot women and their uncleanness, and that particular part of a woman's body. That's what that symbol represents. So it represents concealment. It represents something that is hidden. It represents, and the Bible actually calls that the private parts. Okay? We're not supposed to see that. We're not supposed to be looking upon that. That's why pornography is so powerful. Because it represents something that we know, that God said you're not supposed to be looking upon that. That's the imagery there that we have here. That is the image of mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So it represents concealment. It represents mystery. It represents uncleanness is what it represents. So I want you to get that. This is a mural. You ever heard of the United Nations Security Council? These are the men that are safeguarding the security of planet Earth against all enemies, alien and domestic. When the Security Council meets, they meet in front of this. Okay? I wonder, see, it doesn't take a rocket scientist, and it doesn't take a biblical scholar genius who knows Hebrew and Greek to understand what spirit then is guiding. So the United Nations gathers, and the Security Council, and they says, this Muammar Gaddafi, he's got to go, and it's not working out how we wanted, so we're going to send in troops. What spirit? What spirit is guiding? And by the way, think about this, okay? Because we're going to deal with this. Muammar Gaddafi, according to most Muslims, most Arab Muslims in the Middle East, he's not Muslim enough. Neither was Saddam Hussein. Neither was Hosni Mubarak. And they're all out of the picture right now. They just weren't Muslim enough. And so the Security Council meets in front of this image, and here we have, I want you to look at this now, oh boy, here we have some kind of man handing apples to this little girl, fruit out of a tree. Isn't that interesting? And we have a man and a woman, and they have their arms interlocked. That's showing, coming together. And the father's other hand is pointing to a child. A child that's going to come, a child of peace and harmony and safety for all men, a child of peace and safety that is going to be birthed. And you have the imagery of the stork or the pelican. That is an ancient occult Rosicrucian symbol of the Antichrist. And so here we have this imagery here. The United Nations Security Council meets in front of this. So it doesn't take a genius to understand what spirit guides their decisions. Here we have the symbol of the triquetra. We talked about that. That's the cover of the New King James Bible. The secret in the movie National Treasure was always associated with this. It was hidden by this particular spirit. And now remember this, in National Treasure, this symbol represented a secret that she was hiding where? Down below. And it was in a church that was hiding the secret down below. This is Rachel in her uncleanness covering up the images. That's exactly what this symbol represents. Here is, and I remembered, I pulled some of this stuff out from my earlier studies, like from the Da Vinci Code. This is in England. This is the chalice well. Okay, the idea of the blade and the chalice, the up pointing thing and the down pointing thing. This is what this is, and notice they mark this chalice. Now, here's something interesting. The myth is that Joseph of Arimathea, standing at the base of the cross, had a cup in his hand, just happened to have a golden goblet in his hand, and he's capturing blood that came out of Jesus' body. He then escapes to England. He's being chased because he has the Holy Grail with the blood of Christ in it. And then he takes it and he casts it down into this well. That's why they call it the chalice well. And for some reason, For some reason, take a look at the imagery here. The water that comes out of this well has a reddish hue to it, like blood. The symbol and the color red goes with the idea this is her in her uncleanness, concealing a secret. And people go here and they drink the water because they think it has magical healing properties. They think that what's coming up out of this pit here that she's covering in her uncleanness, they think that's going to give them new life. People get married here, perform the sacred ritual. We understand what's going on now, don't we? This is Mystery Babylon in her uncleanness. And boy, does she love bling and money. I mean, look at it. She loves bling and she loves money. And that's why you'll see this symbol. Okay? She is in charge of governmental powers. We featured this several times. The two circles joined together, forming the mandorla, and there we have the what's called Baal's shaft, the obelisk, joining in with that. It's the fusion of male and female, and it's actually giving birth to something. Maybe it's a new world order. Maybe it's a child. Maybe she's concealing something here that one day will be revealed, because God said in 2 Thessalonians, then shall that wicked be revealed. It's going to happen one of these days, and I think it could happen very soon. I'm going to show you a clip. The first time I saw this movie, I didn't get it. I went back and watched it again, and I went, oh, wow. There was a movie called What Dreams May Come. Really bizarre thing. This guy ends up going to hell to save his wife and blah, blah, blah. But he's dead, and he doesn't know he's dead. He is sort of in a house that's kind of got him trapped. This is Robin Williams. And Cuba Gooding Jr. reveals something to him, that he's really trapped and he can be free. He just needs to make himself free. And I want you to see how this is done in the imagery that's done in this movie called What Dreams May Come. Take a look.
Get out and walk away.
Well, it looks like I rebuilt, huh?
You see a body because you like seeing one. We're seeing what we choose to see. Let me show you something.
Where's all the paint?
You don't need it anymore. This is your world now.
Did you see that? This was done on purpose. I mean, he could have made a doorway, he could have made a window, he could have just busted a hole in there. No, he drew the mandorla, pushed it out, so now his new birth can take place. Now it can be revealed, the world that he now lives in. We're seeing images of the Antichrist anywhere. And I mentioned Roman Catholicism earlier. Roman Catholicism loves this symbol. I'm here to tell you they put this symbol everywhere in their ancient artwork. And usually inside the mandorla symbol is like the Virgin Mary here. Or you usually have images of Christ who is being, the real Jesus that they don't want you to know about is being concealed inside of this symbol. Understand that Roman Catholicism is not Bible Christianity. It is, by its very nature, a mystery religion. The doors, the entryways of all of these Gothic cathedrals, let's go back to our Da Vinci Code study. These Gothic cathedrals were designed by the Knights Templar. They're the ones that were funding them. They were the ones that were building them. And these Gothic cathedrals, these Roman Catholic cathedrals, were all designed to be